Arithmetic progression, also called AP, is a series of numbers. So this can be a series of numbers. But this series cannot be termed as an AP. Why? Because any series which has numbers which differ by the same amount, I repeat, any series which has numbers which differ by the same amount. What do I mean by differ by the same amount? It means the difference between two consecutive numbers. I repeat, the difference between two consecutive numbers should be same. If the difference between two consecutive numbers is same in a series, we consider it to be an AP, or the numbers are considered to be in arithmetic progression. Now, if we look at this series, 4, 7, 10, 13, the difference between 7 minus 4 is 3. The difference between 10 minus 7 is 3. The difference between 13 minus 10 is 3. So the difference between any two consecutive numbers is 3. As a result, this series can be considered to be an AP. So in generalized terms, if we denote the first term, by the letter small a, and if we denote what we call the common difference as small d. Why common difference? Because the difference between two consecutive terms is the same. That is why it is being called as a common difference. And it is being attributed as d. Then we can say the first term is a, next term would be a plus d. The term next to that will be a plus 2d, and so on and so forth. So we, in this method, come to a generalized formula. By following this method, we come to a generalized formula. Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. This is called the generalized formula for finding out the nth term of an AP. Tn equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. And how is this helpful? If we want to find out the third term, suppose T3, we will get a plus 3 minus 1 into d. So n, what does n represent? N is representing the number of terms. So T3 is a plus 3 minus 1 into d, which brings us to T3 equals to a plus 2d. And if we look at this series, which we were finding out, the third term is a plus 2d. So using this formula, we can reach any term of a particular series. So let me do some sums in this particular chapter to help you people understand how this needs to be done and what is the concept behind this. So let me start off with some sums. The question is, find the next two terms of the AP. So it is already mentioned that the series is an AP. That means the difference between two consecutive terms is same. Series that is given here is root 8, root 18, root 32, root 50, comma. Now when we are solving this sum, root 8 can be written as 2 root 2. Root 18 can be written as 3 root 2. Root 32 can be written as 4 root 2. Similarly, root 50 can be written as 5 root 2. So, there are two ways of doing this sum. The first and the more conventional way is to find out the common difference, which is needed in either of the cases. So the common difference, if we consider that to be D, would always be second term minus first term. I repeat, the common difference, which is taken as D, is always the difference of the second term minus first term. So 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2, which gives us root 2. So D equals to root 2. So if we know the common difference, then the conventional method is to keep on adding, because each and every term is larger than the other term. So the conventional method would be 5 root 2 plus root 2, which will be 6 root 2 for the next term. And then for the other term, it will be 6 root 2 plus root 2, which will be 7 root 2. But if I use the formula for the general term, here 4 terms have been given. That means we are required to find out the fifth term, T5. So T5 is A plus 5 minus 1 into D, using the formula Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. A here is 2 root 2, because A is the first term. The first term here is 2 root 2. N we know is 5. So 5 minus 1 into D. D is root 2. So it becomes 4 into root 2. So if we add, we'll get 6 root 2. So the fifth term of the series is 6 root 2. Similarly, T6 would be A plus 6 minus 1 into D. So 2 root 2 plus 5 into root 2, which is 7 root 2. Find the 7th and 12th term of an AP 18, 15 and a half, 13, ... So if we look at this sum, we will find that the first term, which is A, would be 18. The common difference, which will be second term minus first term, 15 and a half minus 18. So it will be minus 2 and a half. Always remember that the common difference is found out by using second term minus first term, not the first term minus second term. Now my objective is to find out the 7th term. So T7 equals to A plus 7 minus 1 into D. So A is 18 plus 6 into D is minus 2 and a half. So it will be 18 plus 6 into minus 5 by 2. So it will come as 18 minus 15. So it will come as 3. Now if we have to find out T12, it will be A plus 12 minus 1 into D. So it will be 18 plus 11D. So it is 18 plus 11 into minus 2, 1 by 2. 18 minus 55 by 2. So it will come as 36 minus 55 by 2. So it will come as minus 9 and a half. Find an AP whose third term is 12 and eighth term is 22. The question is, find an AP whose third term is 12 and eighth term is 22. So in this, neither the first term nor is the common difference known to us. But third term means T3. So according to the formula, T3 is A plus 3 minus 1 into D. So effectively it is A plus 2D. As per the sum, A plus 2D equals to 12. And it is also mentioned T8 equals to 22. That is A plus 8 minus 1 into D, or A plus 7D. So A plus 7D equals to 22. So if we mention this as equation 1, this is equation 2, there are two variables, two equations solving the simultaneous equation and just subtracting it. So I'll get minus 5D equals to minus 10. So D equals to minus 10 by minus 5, which is 2. Now, if the value of the common difference is 2, and let me put the value of D in equation 1. So we will have A plus 2 into 2 equals 12. So A plus 4 equals 12 implies A equals 8. So if the first term is 8, then the series, the question is find an AP. So the series would be 8. Then 8 plus 2, 10. The third term is already given as 12. Fourth term will be 12 plus 2, 14. Dot, dot, dot. 22, dot, dot, dot. How many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? How many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? The first question that arises in my mind when I see this question is, why is this question an AP? The answer to this question is, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So if we look between these numbers 10 and 250, the first multiple of 4 that we have is 12. Then since it is many, the numbers are multiples of 4, the next multiple will be 16, then 20, then 24, and it goes on till the last multiple, which will be 248. So my doubt as to why this is an AP gets clarified, because if we look at two consecutive terms, any two consecutive terms, the difference between these two terms is equal to the difference between two other consecutive terms. That is, we have a common difference. D is 16 minus 12 equals to 4. That is, the difference between any two consecutive terms is 4. That is why it is a AP. Now, the question is Tn. We know the formula is Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. The question that has been posed is, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So the last multiple of 4 between 10 and 250 is 248. So in place of Tn, we are writing 248. A we know is the first term. In this series of numbers between 10 and 250, the first term, which is multiple of 4, is 12. N is not known to me. D is 4 because the common difference is 4. So 248 equals to 12 plus n minus 1 into D, which brings me to 236 equals to n minus 1 into 4. 236 by 4, 59 equals to n minus 1, implies n equals to 60. That means there are 60 multiples of 4 between 10 and 250. Find the ninth term from the last. Find the ninth term from the last of the AP 10, 7, 4, minus 62. There are two methods of solving this sum. I'll show you both the methods, and it is up to you to decide which method you want to follow. First method, if we look at this series, the first term is 10, so A is 10. Common difference is 7 minus 10, which is minus 3. And the last term is given as minus 62. So as per the formula, Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D, we will have minus 62 equals to 10 plus n minus 1 into minus 3. Or minus 72 equals to n minus 1 into minus 3. Or n minus 1 equals to 24. N equals to 25. That means the total number of terms in this AP are 25. Now, we have been asked to find out the ninth term from the last. So if we calculate the ninth term from the last, so it will be 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. So rather than calculating as I did, that is counting in my hands, how do you calculate which should be the term that needs to be calculated? It is always done by this formula. Please remember this. N is the total number of terms minus the term that you have to find out, which is in this case 9 plus 1. So it will be 25 minus 9 plus 1. That means you have to find out the 17th term. So that means you have to find out T17, which is A plus 17 minus 1 into D, which is A plus 16D, which is 10 plus 16 into minus 3, which will give us minus 38. Now I will follow another method. It is followed by most students for this kind of sum. Find the ninth term from the last of the AP. So what is done is the last term is, because we are finding from the last, this term is considered as the first term. The common difference in that case becomes, in normal, the common difference in an AP is always the second minus the first term. But since we are taking the AP from the last, the common difference will be first term minus last term. First term minus last term, which will be 10 minus 7, that is 3. So my job is to find out the ninth term from the last. So T9, A plus 9 minus 1 into D, A plus 8D, minus 62 plus 8 into 3, minus 62 plus 24, minus 38. A very interesting sum for what value of n are the nth terms of two APs, 63, 65, 67, and 3, 10, 17, equal. For what value of n are the nth terms of two APs? So two APs are given. We need to find out the number of terms or the value of n for which the nth term would be equal. So in the first AP, if we look at the first AP, which is 63, 65, 67, A is 63, D is 65 minus 63, 2. So using the formula, Tn equals to A plus n minus 1 into D. So it will be 63 plus n minus 1 into 2. We'll have it as 61 plus 2n. So Tn for this is 61 plus 2n. Now, if we look at the second series, which is 3, 10, 17, A is 3, D is 10 minus 3, which is 7. So Tn is A plus n minus 1 into D, which is 3 plus n minus 1 into 7. So it will give us minus 4 plus 7n. Now it is mentioned that the nth terms are equal, which means the two terms, that is 61 plus 2n and minus 4 plus 7n, they are equal, which means 65 equals to 5n implies n equals to 13. That is, for the 13th term, the value of the two series would be equal.